Some celebs pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix that I've take a photo now. But for now, I'm loco. But for now, preserve the beat, I'm more.
Yes, come on, man, we're back. You know what I think? Always here reporting you lot with the news. Yeah? The Man United news, we're with it all the time. Whatever comes out, we'll let any lot know on the spot. Yeah? 3 times a day. So make sure you hit the like button, get the algorithm going crazy, and subscribe up the place. Because we're too consistent on this thing. Fridays, Mondays, Saturdays, whatever. It's crazy. But yeah, man, we're going to get into it, man. And we're going to break it all down. The boy David Ornstein, Fabrizio, everyone's been talking today, bruv. I hope you just saw Chelsea get whacked up as well. But, yeah, Sancho, this is earlier. I'm just going to do a little recap. True says the end of the day of a lot of things that happened today. Juventus made an offer of 25 million for Jadon Sancho. The offer was considered an important one. Now Juventus have to convince the player who, as it stands, is interested in the prospect of a possible move to Napoli. So what's happening is Napoli was already in for Juventus. Sorry, Napoli was already in for Juventus. Listen to me. I'm getting tired. Napoli was already in for Sancho, but they haven't made a bid to Man United yet. So anyone else can make a bid. And it seems like Juventus have took that initiative and gone, we're going to bid. It's 25 million. It's a deal. Let's get there before they get there type of thing. But Napoli have spoken to Sancho already. I don't think Juventus have spoken to Sancho. So that's where it's a bit mad. It's a bit techie. And then obviously DiMarzio, that was for Marco Giordano. And this is from DiMarzio. He's like tier 1 when it comes to Italy. He's bang on the money. And he basically said Juventus have made moves for Sancho. The club has intervened in the last few hours by talking with Manchester United about Sancho. Napoli, on the other hand, had already taken action in recent days and had already spoken to him. This is what I'm saying. So Napoli's already spoken to Sancho, but Juventus have sent the bid. So it's a tricky one, isn't it? What's going to happen? Obviously, we just want to sell him to whoever. The highest bidder, take him. Take him off our hands. We don't care. And then DiMarzio came out again at 12:40. You can see the time at the bottom and said, yo, Juventus have advanced to sign Jadon Sancho. They've even started contacts with Manchester United in a few hours. So it's heating up with Sancho. He might finally get his freedom that he's always asking for. Freedom fighter. So, yeah, man, it's a mad one, man. But from this anyway, you could just tell that Napoli is involved. They want Sancho. But then again, when you think about it, Napoli just signed De Bruyne. What's De Bruyne going to be on? Surely De Bruyne is going to be on some mad papers. And then you've got Sancho on 300k. He don't want to take a wage cut. It's been stated by a few different sources that Sancho is not taking a wage cut for nothing. Yeah. So what is Napoli going to be paying him 300k a week? What is De Bruyne on? He must be on a mad thing. You understand? Because he's proven, he's done it all. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, man, where he ends up going, who even goes for him in the end. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you've got Napoli and Juventus basically doing a tug of war. You've got Aston Villa and a few Premier League clubs sniffing around. But does anyone in the Prem really, really, really want him? I don't really know. But yeah, it's a weird one. And obviously Juventus, they got Vlahovic. Vlahovic is the most paid player in the Italian league. His name ain't been ringing for a few years, Vlahovic. I don't know why he's even, obviously they must have gave him the contract when his name was ringing a few years ago when he was banging the goals, but I ain't heard his name ringing no more for goals or nothing. He's not lighting it up over there. McTominay was the guy that lit it up over there last year. He won the MVP. So Vlahovic is the most paid player in Juventus and Sancho's on 300k. So is Sancho going to get a mad wage over there as well? Can they afford that? To have 2 players on 600k? That is crazy, bro. What, De Bruyne is on 5 million yearly? What's that then? What's that then weekly? What's that weekly? I'm not the best at maths then. You work it out for me. That must be crazy, bro. But to have 2 players, just think about it. He's on 300k, Sancho. There's no way he's going to be getting more than De Bruyne. you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's a techie one. I don't know if he's going to go or not, if he's going to get his freedom. Obviously, he's not going to play for Man United again. After that freedom talk, he fully done himself, where he's never going to play for Man United again. Old Trafford will have a field day with him. Forget about it. But yeah, Damaso is very, very reliable, like I said. So Juventus are in the race. Napoli's in the race. It's a tug of war at the moment. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. This is going to be a mad one. What's Mr. saying? We need to sign Mbappe, brother. Mbappe's just got his dream move. This guy says this every stream, you know. He comes and says this, sign Mbappe. He just got his dream move to Real Madrid. You think he's coming to Manchester United that finished 15th? Nah, man. Every single stream, Mr. comes there. He must love Mbappe, bro. I swear he's injured right now as well or something. Southampton earn more from finishing 20th than Inter did finishing second in TV rights. That's the money in Italy. This is what I'm saying to you, bro. Thanks for that, Gary, man. Appreciate it. This is what I'm saying. And what, they're going to sign Sancho 300k, and both clubs have got someone in there with a lot of money. This is what I'm trying to say. If there was no one in there with a lot of money, then maybe, all right, it makes sense. But you've got Napoli that's got De Bruyne now. He's going to be on a madness because City give out mad wages. Haaland's meant to be on 500k a week or something like that. I don't know how true it is, but who knows? But they definitely got one of the biggest wage bills in the Prem. So if City was giving out mad wages, and De Bruyne is technically one of the best players to ever play in the Prem, for Napoli to sign him, I can't see him dropping down from 300k or something like that to 150. That's not going to make no sense. Do you know what I'm saying? So De Bruyne has got to be on a big wage over there. And then on top of that, to get Jadon Sancho in, he has to take a wage drop. And this is what's going on. This is the problem with a lot of our players. They're not trying to drop their wage. They've got no aspirations. The World Cup is next year. 150k De Bruyne? No way. That's crazy. I might have to research that one. Let me research that one there. That is crazy. De Bruyne, Napoli wage. 20.8 million. Let's divide that by 12. 20.8 divided by 12. It's like 173. That's mad. That's crazy. I thought he would have been in a mad thing. But yeah, man, like I'm saying, then maybe they can afford Sancho. I want this to be right as much as you lot. I want him to just go because he's never going to play under Amarin. Even though Amarin had no problem with him, he's never going to play him. He's not intense enough, and he's not lighting it up in the Prem. Do you understand? We've done the right thing with Anthony. Think about it. We sent Sancho and Rashford to the Prem. Half of the Chelsea fans, let's say 80% of the Chelsea fans didn't care if he came back. There's probably like a 20 that was like, yeah, let's keep him. It's 25 million. 80%, 70% of the Villa fans wasn't sitting there and going crazy for Rashford. So anyone we're loaning in the Premier League isn't lighting it up in the Premier League. They're just about all right, where it's like, Rashford scored 2 goals. He had a few assists, but he scored 2 goals. Like, they didn't light it up. Send someone abroad. Look at Anthony. The whole world's on him. He's taken them to the final of the Conference League. So that needs to be our new thing, man. Send them away. Even if you've got to send someone on loan, just send them to abroad. Forget the Prem. It's not going to work. Just sell to the Prem, but don't loan to the Prem because they're not going to boost up their thing anymore. We wanted 40 mil for Rashford. Do you think it's gone up now where we can get more? No way. No chance. No way is Sancho getting 300k in Italy. Yeah, hopefully not, man, because he's saying he's not taking a wage cut. How is he not going to take a wage cut? Then he has to then. And this is what I'm saying as well. You got to remember, Ten Hag took him out for a little bit for his mental health or whatever, helped him out. Then he got kicked out or whatever, and he was just chilling, playing FIFA or Xbox 3 a.m. So you can tell what Sancho's on. Pay me my money, I'm just going to chill. You understand? Really, he should be going out there. World Cup is next year. Aspirations, I need to get a thing. I need to get a team, go hard and make the World Cup. He doesn't really care. Do you understand? He just wants his money. and his contract runs out next year, you know. So he might just sit it out. Even if we exile him or we have him on the bench, whatever, he'll sit it out, get his 300k, and then yeah, just walk free next year. Remember, you get a big signing on bonus when you're a free agent. So he might look at it like that and get more money. But yeah, let's see what we're saying about this one, Harvey. Harvey saying, do you think Rashford, Anthony, and Sancho and that fraud Garnacho all go? What's your problem with Garnacho? You say you don't like him. But I think Rashford and Anthony will go because Rashford wants to make the World Cup. Rashford's got more to him where he wants to make it. He went Villa and he wants Barca. He wants to make the World Cup. Anthony, him and Betis, they all want each other. Everyone wants that deal to work, so I can see that going. Sancho's a weird one. And Garnacho thinks he's Ronaldo already. That's the problem. If Garnacho like was a bit more humble, I think more teams will come for him. But because he thinks he's Ronaldo already, his attitude, like, I'm the guy already, like, he thinks he's better than he is, that's what's pulling him down. So other teams are seeing that. They're seeing his attitude. Do you know what I mean? It's not just us. We can all see it. Look, Michelle's seen it. From time you're seeing it, Michelle, I've seen it. Who else ain't going to see it? Chelsea's watching the same things we're watching. So Chelsea's meant to be in for him. January, they inquired about him. They was going to buy him. They was going to put a bid in. It was big. Everyone was talking about it. Garnacho to Chelsea. This season, they want Gittins from Dortmund. Gittins. This geezer ain't done nothing. His name doesn't even really ring like that. He's meant to be all right. He's a bit skillful, but he's got like 2 assists or something. He's barely done anything. And then if they don't go for Gittins, who do they want? Malik Fofana, the same geezer that came on in Europa, got the penalty against Luke Shaw when they scored Lacazette, and he started celebrating like they won, and he assisted Turkey when he scored that, was it the last goal or whatever, or the third goal, whatever it was. Yeah, so that Malik Fofana is a good player. So they're trying everything they can not to sign Garnacho. This is what I'm saying. And that's because that's obviously his attitude. If you didn't have no attitude, Garnacho would be a proper player. And I feel like we've overplayed him. If Garnacho was coming off the bench how it should have been, we've got some senior players and Garnacho comes off the bench 70th minute, we would all love him. That's what was happening in his first, when he broke through, that's what was happening. He was coming off the bench, ripping it up, tired legs. But then when he's playing 35 games in a row and we're relying on him, and he thinks he's Ronaldo already, he's not passing to Dorgu, he's taking shots galore. You could just tell, like, he thinks he's the guy. Do you know what I mean? So that's been his downfall, man. I don't mind Garnacho, but he's got a bad attitude. Yeah, man, 100%, man. 100%. Bad attitude. Anthony on loan just showed how good he can be. Definitely improved his chances of move, 100%. And Real Betis won him. He wants Real Betis and we want to sell him. So it's just perfect. It's going to happen. But they have to sell a player. And there's a player there called Johnny Cardozo. And he's meant to be going to Atletico Madrid. So once they sell Johnny Cardozo, the money's there. There's no excuse. So we should be all right after that, hopefully. But Anthony, at least, things are moving with that. It seems like we're going to sell him, 100%. Any Mbeumo news? Nah, bro. No, nothing for Mbeumo, you know. Remember the other day, it all came out. Oh, Mbeumo, we put in a second bid. There was like 5 different reports from 5 different journalists. Was it yesterday? I think it might be, is it the day before yesterday? I think it was. And then yesterday, nothing. None of the big journalists, nothing. So it's weird, man. It's weird. Obviously, sometimes you just got to wait for the big reports. Do you know what I'm saying? But for now, it's like anything can just happen type of thing. Like, look at this. Like, Juventus, this Marco Giordani from Italy, he's come out and said, Juventus, I made 25 million on Sancho. But Fabrizio or Ornstein ain't said nothing about this. But Marzio's come out and said, and he's top for Italian news. For Italian news, Marzio is top. He knows what he's talking about. And he's saying Juventus have advanced to talk to Sancho. And what happens a lot is, because these journalists are in the country that it's happening in, they will get the drop first. So someone like Marzio will say this a few times, and then Fabrizio will hear about it and say something at 11 o'clock at night. Do you know what I'm saying? Or in the morning. That's what happens. So a lot of the times is these journalists, they get the scoop first because they're local, and then they just send it on, and then the big journalists will know after. So we just cover everyone. Do you understand? We don't sleep on no one, but we know the credentials. Some of them are reliable, some of them are not. The Sun is not reliable. It's things like that. And I'll always tell you that I'm never gonna make anyone get their hopes up. The Marzio is meant to be reliable for Italian news. He's a top tier. So hopefully this bid's true. 25 million for Sancho, but that's 25 million euros. I don't know how much that is in pounds, maybe 18 million or something. You got to remember though, we got 5 million from Chelsea. So it kind of goes back to the 23. But to be honest, I reckon, me personally, if we can let Sancho leave for free, we would. Literally, right now, let him leave for free, we would. Our thing is just the wages. The 300k a week, that's what's killing us. That's what I think it is. 12, what's that? 1.2 million a month. That's what's killing them. I don't think it's the price for Sancho. That 20 million or 25, we'll take that. Thank you. But we want to just get him off the books. That 1.2 million a month is killing us. And we don't want him here. It doesn't suit no one's style of play. Like, it's just not, he's not an intense player. What Ruben wants to do is be intense. You understand? He wants to press. We need to be on the other side, the other half. We want to be pressing in the other half, not this defensive mode counter. Nah, he wants to be, he's already said what he wants to do. We played against Liverpool and he said we was 2 back. We shouldn't be that back. In the future, we'll play a bit forward. So after pre-season, we should be seeing a new style, and we need some intense players that can run, etc. Sancho is not built like that. It's not happening with him. So now, no Bremo news, Kevin, still. Is Gyökeres definitely not happening now? So many stories going around. You don't know what to believe. On Arsenal, definitely going for Sesko. You know what it is, Michelle? It's a weird one because it's like they've got a new director of football. He's came from Atletico Madrid, their director of football. His name's Andrea Berta. So Arsenal usually we just want one player. We want Sesko. We'll chase him the whole window, and then we'll get him in the end, or we don't. That's what they done last season. And then what happened was they chased Sesko, and then Sesko said he doesn't want to leave yet or something because, I don't know, he wanted one more season at Leipzig. He didn't feel like he was ready. This season, what Berta's known for is lining up 2 different players. So having 2 different players lined up, doing all the groundwork on them, talking to both of them, having the personal terms sorted with both players. Everything's ready where you just have to press the button and get the bid in. That's what he likes to do. So he's doing that with Gyökeres and Sesko. He's confusing us, confusing all the journalists, confusing all the Arsenal fans. They're having a nightmare saying, bruv, pick one. We're bloody confused. Like they don't even understand. But this is how he operates, the Berta guy. So no one knows. He's going to either pick one or the other. But it's been said that Sesko's always been the choice for Arsenal. They've been chasing him since last year. That's who Arteta wants. But since Berta's come in, he's come and said, yo, there's a geezer out here that scored 100 goals in 2 seasons. Let's go for him instead. He's the sporting director. So they're kind of clashing between that, and they're going to make their mind up and say, it's looking more likely that it's going to be Sesko at this moment. But it's a weird one because it's like anything can happen. Sesko's agents coming out saying things. You've got what's his name? Gyökeres has got beef with his sporting director because of his price, but he's prioritizing Arsenal before us. It's just all over the place. It just seems like a lot of people are saying, let's get away from it because it's so messy. He's saying he wants Arsenal, but then again, we're kind of upset and angry because Gyökeres has said he prefers Arsenal over us, but we got to think about it. Let's all think about it for a second. Len Euro was going to Real Madrid. Real Madrid wanted him. That was his dream move. What did we do? We convinced him. Ineos went there, convinced him. We've got a project. You start, blah, blah, blah. He came to us. Joshua Zirkzee was going to AC Milan. It was nailed on. Go on Google and type it in. It was nailed on. He was going to AC Milan. All the links were coming out. Zirkzee to AC Milan. It's about to happen, blah, blah, blah. We convinced him, and then he came to Man United. So Ineos don't care about that. They're respecting it. All right, you want to go to Arsenal because of Champions League. You're 27. You're in your prime. You want to win now. We get it. But let's say Sesko goes to Arsenal. What happens then? So I think we're hanging around. That's our top striker target. It was Delap. He's been rejected. He rejected us. Osimhen, I put an article yesterday, and he basically said, if I go to a team that's not in Champions League, I want I'm not dropping my wage. So he's basically saying, if I go to a team that's not in the Champions League, I'm doing you a favor by even coming there. I'm not dropping my wage. So Osimhen ain't coming. Mateta is meant to be signing a new deal with what they called Crystal Palace, and his price is not even what it's being quoted. We heard 40 million. Apparently it's 50 million or 60. I don't know. And then you've got who's left? Gyökeres, Ekitike. The price is crazy with that as well. He's only had one little good season. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. But I wouldn't want Sesko. I don't want no more project strikers. I would want Gyökeres on the first game of the season against Arsenal all day. But it's just a weird one. Gyökeres is twerking for Arsenal. But does Arsenal really want him? That's the question. Because we all know Arteta wants Sesko, but because of the prices, Sesko's, I think he's 69 million and Gyökeres is meant to be 62 million. It's all in the air. So we don't know. No one really knows what's really going on with that one there. But we're all going to find out very soon when Sporting clarify their price, because they're having beef with him over the price. So it's all over the place. Hope I've explained that well. Was the Cordoza deal not done last week? I thought it was meant to be done, but I ain't seen a here we go. I've definitely not seen like here we go, it's finished. I know that it was in the pipeline. Fabrizio was tweeting about it. They're interested, etc. I don't know if there's been a stall or something, or it's been delayed over something, or who knows. You understand? But I know that they definitely want Johnny Cordoza from Real Betis, and that will open up the door for us because they'll have 30 million there. And we probably take about 25 million for Anthony, get him off the book, see you later, and then we can buy a striker. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, and look, I'll even go to Anthony now. And look, this is why it's so positive with Anthony, and this is why I got to respect him and I clap for him, because you're sitting there and you're seeing Sancho. He doesn't want to take a wage cut. There's a report that came out. Apparently, Rashford don't want to take a wage cut. He's on 325. I put that earlier in the stream. And then we've got Anthony here that's saying Anthony's prepared to take a 30% wage and pay cut from his current 150k a week contract at Man United to leave this summer. Look at that. Do you understand? The fee is 32.6 million to avoid a book loss. And like I said, Johnny Cardozo is going to be 30 million. That's positive, man. I've got to respect him for that, man. And this is what I'm saying. We need to be sending some of these players abroad. Do you understand? Højlund and all of them. Send them abroad, let them shine, and then bam, they can go. All parties want a permanent transfer of Anthony. Man United are not willing to give a favour to Real Betis and allow him to extend their loan for the second season because he lit it up so much. Juventus is apparently after him. Atletico Madrid have inquired about him. So much teams are inquiring now. They're saying, "Rah, this guy came La Liga and he was good." All that Man United stuff was was. Like, what was that about? He's all right, this geezer. So now everyone's looking at him. So Real Betis know we can't come in for another loan because someone out there will buy him. Do you understand? And I think Real Betis have made, is it Champions League or Europa? They've made one of them, Europe. So they want to keep him. They want to keep all their best players, go as far as they can. I remember Anthony scored a few goals to even get them in that Conference League final. So yeah, they definitely want him. We want 32.6 million. So that's going to be like 40 million euros. And yeah, they're going to have the majority of that money there anyway, where they can make it happen. He'll probably be their most expensive signing, but he'll definitely be worth it because the way they're popping him up, I see their admin always writing the goal and all of these things. It's crazy. I think Betis are quite broke. Yeah, man, they don't have money like that. You understand? If Barcelona's kind of broke over there, think about it. Do you know what I mean? Real Madrid always wait for players to come leave as free agents. The La Liga is weird, man. Only Atletico Madrid, when they made that, what was it, like 80 million for what's his name? Alvarez in City. Do you know what I'm saying? Real Madrid just wait for the players to go free agents. They only paid 100 million for Bellingham. So yeah, it's a weird one, man. But yeah, Anthony, I gotta respect him, man. And you gotta remember as well, even Anthony, because some people were saying Anthony's our worst of a signing. He's not our worst of a signing. No way. I don't think that. He scored in his first 3 games. I remember, like yesterday, he scored against Arsenal. He scored against Everton. Can't remember the other team, but he scored 3 games in a row. And you can tell he hasn't got the ability, but he tries and he's got passion. That's the thing about Anthony. He's got passion where he thinks he wants to make it happen. Do you understand? I think Sancho is our worst ever signing because he's just, his whole story, Man United, has just been shambles. And there's nothing to back it up. It's not like he's a guy with goals and assists, but he's had a shamble, like nothing. Like, it's crazy. Will we keep Jadon? Boy, I don't know, but like I showed just now, Juventus have made a 25 million bid or offer, whatever you want to call it, for Jadon Sancho. The offer was considered an important one. So we haven't heard nothing about that yet. And then obviously DiMarzio, who's top in Italy, he's basically saying, yep, Juventus have made moves for Jadon Sancho. Juventus has advanced to sign Jadon Sancho. They started direct contacts with Manchester United. That was earlier today. I got the time at the bottom, 12:41. We haven't heard anything else by any of the top like journalists that we can vouch for. We haven't heard nothing from them about this. But DiMarzio is in Italy. He's an Italian journalist. He gets a lot of things right. So I'm guessing something's going on. It might not be done yet, but it also says that Juventus have to talk to Sancho. But Napoli has already spoke to him. So it might be a little bidding war for him. Who knows? It might be a little something that's going on in the background. But I heard Sancho's on 300k and he's not taking a pay cut. So it might be a mad one where they're trying to do personal terms. It might take some time. He's got two teams after him. He's playing both of them against each other. Were you offering 200? They're offering 220. Were you off? You get it? He might do that and take his time. Who knows? But I know Ruben definitely wants some signings before we can proceed for the pre-season. Pre-season's meant to be in 29 days, 29 days. And we've only signed one player, which is Mateus Cunha. So what's really going to change? Obviously, he gets to implement his idea now properly pre-season. We've got all the time in the world, but we need some new signings. We all can see it. We all know it. So we need to get it going. But it seems like things are happening though. So Sancho, this is the first bid that's come this summer, by the way. Yeah, every day there's been they might want this for loan. They might want this. I report the news every day. You don't see this. There's always some mights and maybes, but this is the first bid or offer with money that has come that we can either accept or reject. Do you know what I'm saying? Everything else has just been like, we might go, it's just oohing and ahhing. Was looking at Coco. Who's Coco? Looking at the Coco. Was looking at the Coco. What did you say before that, Gary? Was the Cardoza deal not done last week? Was looking at the Coco. I don't understand that one there still. I don't get that. How about get Porto's Alan Varela? Maybe that defensive you know what it is? I've never seen him, I've never seen him. Did he play against us in Europa when we played them in Europa this season? I've never seen him, but you know what it was? Liverpool was linked with him. Liverpool was heavily linked with him. They were linked with Zubimendi. That time the Zubimendi dissed them and said he's not going there. They were linked with him and they kept gassing him up. Let's get Varela. But I've never heard of him. This is what I'm saying. Like, is he proper good or not? Like, I've never heard of him, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I don't know who that is. Kevin. My comments coming through. Nah. The comments ain't coming through. The last comment that you said was Brian and Bremo, any news? And I spoke about that one. Juventus and Atletico are maybe keeping an eye on him too. Who's that one? Anthony or is that Varela? Is that Varela you're talking about or Anthony? Was looking at the Cardoza deal. Spurs have an option to buy him because of the so-so transfer, but expires on July the 1st. So Athletic can move in for him. He don't want Spurs. It came out already that he said no to Spurs. He only wants Athletic. So this is what Spurs haven't got no pull whatsoever. They can win the Europa, have Champions League. They've not signed no one. They're just linked to someone new every day, but nothing ever happens or materializes. They've got no pull. He said no to Spurs straight away. Literally. He wants Atletico. He might have even said it before Europa, But I know they've got an option to buy, but he has to still say yes. He said no. I've seen that from, I think, Fabrizio or one of them have said, yeah, it's a myth. So, yeah. So that's the thing with Anthony. Let's go back on it. Anthony is prepared to take a 30% pay cut. So he's ready to go. United want a permanent transfer and he wants to go. Real Betis want him, but it's just about the money. We're not giving him no more loans. It's not happening no more. Yeah, let's go to Rashford now. And it's breaking. This is both of these are from BARCA sources. Earlier on in the stream, if you go to my last stream, I put all the English sources that were talking about Rashford. He can't find a loan and blah, blah, blah. Now, the Barca sources are talking about him. And they've gone Catalunya Radio. Marcus Rashford to Barcelona is still on. His arrival does not depend on Nico Williams' signing. Rashford is very keen to join and is ready to wait. The club sees him as a good market opportunity. Rashford is willing to do anything to sign. In fact, he told the club he could co-assist with the signing of Nico Williams, as Rashford can also play as a striker or as a right winger. So Rashford, he's been saying that's his dream move anyway. Everyone knows that. Like, he's been saying it from last season. He wants to go Barcelona. He's been linked to them, PSG, Barcelona for a few years. So he really wants to go to Barcelona. But I don't know if it's going to materialize, because at first they went for Luis Diaz. No, they came up first, said, yeah, we want Rashford, but we ain't got no money. We only want loan. Cool. Then they've gone for Luis Diaz. Liverpool said he's not for sale. All right, cool. Now they've gone and agreed personal terms with Nico Williams, and he's got a 58 million release clause. So they're going to pay that. This is what I'm saying. It's a bit all techie, but like they're both saying, which and they're proper strong Barcelona connects, these journalists, proper. And they're both saying basically that they still want Marcus Rashford, because remember, he can play behind Lewandowski. Earlier, I was thinking he's not really going to work there because they've got loads of wingers. They've got Nico Williams, Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, Fermin Lopez, and then now Marcus. That's 6 wingers. But then Lewandowski's the only striker, so he could play behind him. And if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. He's on 325k a week, but obviously it's his dream move. He'll take a wage cut, 100% if it gets to that. So I wouldn't... yeah, hopefully he gets his movement. I just want all these players to start going, and we can start buying some players, because they're all going. And that's what it seems like, and that's what's being said. Like, things are happening. So hopefully he gets his move and he gets to go there, man. He's very keen. He wants to join. He's been saying it forever, and he wants to wait to the end as well of the transfer window. He don't mind dragging it out to the end of August and then getting his move. He's still getting paid by Man United. He's cool. Would you go for Vlahovic? Nah, I wouldn't go for him, man. His name has died out proper. He's crazy. That's crazy that you said that, because he's next. This is what came out about him. Vlahovic is demanding a 200k per week contract to join Manchester United. He is at 315 weekly wages at Juventus. That's the biggest in Serie A, apparently. He's on the most wages over there, apparently. And he's basically just asked the question, is he really worth 200k striker? Should he join Man United? I haven't heard his name in ages. Everyone was linked to Vlahovic like 2-3 seasons ago. He was making noise in Italy. Everyone was like, hey, he's going to be the guy. He's gone missing. This is what I'm saying. McTominay's gone over there and took all the fame. McTominay, Osimhen was badding it up. Was it the year before last with Kvaratskhelia? Where's he gone? I haven't heard nothing about him. So I don't know, man. He might be kind of washed. If you're not doing it over there in Italy, I don't think you're going to come to the Prem and be doing it in Prem. Do you know what I'm saying? So when he was at Fiorentina, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was old school. That was old school. And then he went to Juventus. I think he had one good season over there, and he's gone missing ever since. No one talks about him no more. You're on that much wages. No one talks about you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even seen him like light up in any of the internationals. So I don't know, man. I wouldn't take him because it's too much of a risk. If there's people out here saying Gyökeres is a risk and he scored 63 goals, what are we going to be saying about this geezer? We don't even hear his name. You know what I'm saying? Did he even score more goals than McTominay last season? Like, it's crazy. You understand? And he's got to be, must be going 30 or something. Surely. He's got to be at them ages because he's been around for a minute now. How old is he? This is what I'm saying. 315k is crazy. You ain't going to get a move for that. So, yes, a mad one, man. Can get Yildiz, Kolo Muani, or Hugo Ekitike as well. Wouldn't mind. Yeah, I'm with you, Rajat. That's a good lineup still. Yildiz is expensive, though, man. Kolo Muani, he's on and off, man. He's on and off. He's one of them players, like, you're watching one day and he's moving sick, but then he ain't got the end product. But then you'll watch him another game and he's just like, he don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? He's a weird one. Obviously, anyone's better than Højlund. We finished 15th. Beggars can't be choosers. You know what I mean? So I'll take him. But come on, Yildiz is a baller. Hugo Ekitike, I'll take him as well. But I just don't think that's Ruben type of striker. I think Ruben wants a beast, someone that bullies defenders, can run and score tap-ins and poachers goals. You know what I'm saying? Delap, Osimhen, Gyökeres, Mateta. Look at all four of them. They're all kind of get off me. Do you know what I'm saying? Pushing players to the ground, etc. So I can't see it happening, man. I can't see even Ekitike happening. Facts, that's true. Come on, bro. Mitro starts ahead of him. Who's that? Mitrovic. There you go. And what country is that against? Serbia. Come on, man. Bro, man's not doing this project thing, bro. Man's not doing this second in command stuff, bro. Man want the top dogs. Yeah, and even finishing 15th, the fact that we're even in conversations with Ekitike, Gyökeres, and these players is crazy. But we can't go from them conversations now and say, yeah, let's go get Vlahovic and give him 200k a week. How old is he? And you're not even making noise in your own league. Ekitike just had a good season over there. Gyökeres has scored 63 goals. Mateta just had a good season for Palace. They won the FA Cup. Delap had his little season, scored 13 goals. Obviously, he's rejected us, but I'm just saying, everyone we've been linked with has done something last season or whatever, the season that just went. Everyone. Gyökeres, Osimhen, Delap. Who's the other geezer that we're linked with? Gyökeres, Osimhen, Delap, Mateta. Come on, man. And you got this guy. We don't even know what he's getting up to. That's crazy. I think we should have signed Garassi instead of Højlund, 100%. But Højlund, it was potential, in it, and it's Ten Hag. You got to remember what we done that season. It was crazy, and this is before Ineos come in. And Ineos' signings have been smart. You got to rate it, man. It's just like even the prices we're getting them for now is different to then. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because them times we bought Højlund that summer, Onana, Mason Mount, Anthony. I think he might have been the summer before, you know. And yeah, and all the prices were mad. 80 million for Anthony, Højlund 72 million, 65 million for Mason Mount. Who else did we get bumped? Onana, 45 million or something. Bruv, that old Woodward, whatever they were called, Myrtle and that, mad. They killed us, man. That's why we're kind of broke, where it's like we have to sell to buy. All the rival fans are like, how have they still got money? How? Because of what we've done in the transfer market. Yildiz is more the same position as Cunha. What, he's a left 10, yeah? Can he not play on the right, though? That's what I'm saying. And if he is a 10, that's what I'm saying. But one of them's got to go. It's got to be one of these guys to go because we've got a lot of 10s. And you got to remember as well, if we buy Mbeumo, once we do buy Mbeumo, we've still got a lot of 10s. And I'm only talking about the guys that are meant to stay. Mason Mount, Mbeumo, Cunha, Bruno, Ahmad can play there as well. Who else can play as 10? Maino. That's 6 man that can play as a 10. I didn't even count Xerxes. That's 7. So, and that's not including Sancho, Rashford, Anthony, or Garnacho. So, are they really going to go out there and buy another 10 after them two? They maybe wait till next year, wait for one of them to go, maybe Mason Mount or someone, and then they will go for another 10, if anything, to get some depth. He went to Dortmund. They are good negotiating, and so could be. Yeah, they're good, man. They always pick up these little gems, man. Garassi, they got Bellingham when he was young. I don't know about the Gittins. I ain't really seen too much from him. From what I'm seeing, it's not all that, but Dortmund get gems. They got Haaland. Look how much players they've had. Is it Reece, Lewandowski? What's his name? Dembele. They've had gems, man. They've had gems. We've got Onana's news that came out earlier. Monaco are interested. That came out from Damasio as well. And he's in Italy, Damasio. He's saying that. We had Andre Onana as being considered by Monaco by L'Equipe, who is in France. That's where Monaco is. And then we had Monaco are interested in Manchester United goalkeeper Onana. And that's from Sky Sports, which is in England. So that's 3 different sources from 3 different places talking about Andre Onana being linked to Monaco. You understand? So that's positive. And then obviously we've got Emi Martinez's camp doing overtime to make it known he's eager to join Man United. You understand? There's been no approach from Man United. So it just seems like he's twerking for us. We might not even want him like that. He's really twerking for us. But we have made contact with his agent. So it could go both ways. Fabrizio says initial contacts have been made with Emi Martinez agent to understand if he's willing to join. He says yes, he's willing to join without Champions League, and that was yesterday. Look at the time on the bottom. That was yesterday. Fabrizio said that one. And then you've got the Argentinian sources. Man United are advancing in talks for Emi Martinez. He's open to joining. And then the other one basically says he wants to stay as a number one goalkeeper and he wants to stay in England. That's all yesterday. This whole sheet you're looking at is yesterday. And then today, this is what's come out, what I just spoke about, that he's eager to join. And that's Nathan Soul, who is very reliable. Yeah, very reliable. Even got Joby. Yeah, Joby, Bellingham, innit? Bellingham's little brother. Yeah. Dortmund, they signed gems, man. They signed gems. But Joby should have stayed in the Premier. You just came up with Sunderland. You should have just showed yourself, man. But maybe he's trying to follow his brother's route, innit? You know what I mean? His brother's probably put in a good word for them. Listen, they're the ones that helped me with my progress. And then he ended up going Real Madrid because. So, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see, man, what happens with them. But, yeah, man, Martinez is basically coming. This is what it's looking like. He's the top dog to come if Onana goes. But they're quoting 40 million. I can't see 40 million happening. That's never going to happen. The way this new regime is, we're stalling with Mbeumo over a couple millions. I can't see us going and paying 40 million. Someone told me today he's 33 as well. I thought he was 32. That's crazy. Obviously, a goalkeeper's life in football goes on a bit longer, but we're not paying 40 million for Martinez. It's not going to happen. Maybe under the Glazers, Woodward, and the other negotiators it would, but no way. I can't see that happening. I think it's a smokescreen. Tom Heaton's new deal at Manchester United has been agreed and sealed. Done deal. He's a third goalkeeper. He's never going to play. Literally, we've got no Champions League now. So we're not playing. Remember, for the last 3 years or whatever it's been, we've always been playing Thursday, Sunday, or Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, whatever. Champions League or Europa. We've had that for time. And then sometimes Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Champions League. That's done. The only other competition we got now is Carabao Cup and FA Cup. And that takes its time to come. So we only need a second keeper for that. He's just coming in if someone gets injured. One of these keeper gets injured, you'll see his face. If no keeper gets injured, you're not seeing him. So it's irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? Højlund, Man United are not listening to no loans at the moment for Rasmus Højlund. They want him to just go permanently. What I think is going to happen is they're going to let him go on loan probably in the end of the window. But for now, they're trying to push them out properly, like get out. So Inter won him. I don't know why. They got Thuram and Martinez. I don't know why they want him, but they can't afford him right now to pay that price, which is only 40 million euros. That just shows, like, I can't remember who put it in the chat about the Southampton and Inter thing, but it just shows how Italian teams can't really spend like that, etc. It's crazy. It's weird. This is why when Juventus were in for Gyökeres, it didn't even make sense. If they want 68 million, Italian teams don't really pay that much. You know what I mean? It's a crazy one, man. Do you want Cass starting first game? Nope. I don't want Cass starting first game. See, you got to remember, Amrin had to change his style for Casemiro. So he had to bring someone a bit closer. Him and Bruno had to be a bit closer. He doesn't want to play like that. He doesn't want to drop back. You have to change it and say, listen, we're going to be a bit more counter-attacky, but someone needs to be next to Casemiro so he's not on a ship by himself. I want Amarin to put his style into the team. Let's see Amarin football now. We understand you was losing a lot of games, trying to implement it, and you understood and said, you know what, you've got to adapt a little bit. So you started playing Casemiro, you had someone next to him, all these things to get through and just get to the end of the season. But now you're going to have pre-season, you're going to get some new players. I want to see some Amrin ball now. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but no one's coming for Cass all season. Do you understand? And I like Cass. When he plays, he's good. He does the little round the corner ball a lot. He's a threat with headers. That's what I said as well before. We don't have no threats. Look how much goals we conceded last season with headers because we don't have no goal threats. Do you understand? We don't have no one that can header the ball like that. We got the little Maguire. Only one of them plays at a time. We've got Casemiro. That's the only three people that can score goals with headers. So even when the ball's coming in for corners and we're trying to defend it, we can't do it. And we always concede goals. We're one of the teams that conceded the most goals at set pieces at one time. of the Premier League. I don't know if it finished like that. It might have been Southampton or something in the end, but I know that our record was bad. I remember the game against Southampton where it came up on the screen. It said the worst Southampton have never scored from a set piece, and we've conceded the most or something like that, and then bam, Southampton scored. Remember, it hit the guy in his back or something. I can't remember who it was. Crazy. At Old Trafford, they were winning 1-0 and Ahmad scored the hat-trick. It's madness. So this is why I said we need to get Osimhen or one of them guys, someone that can header the ball and score goals. Because all this Maguire sending him up front in the last 10 minutes is crazy when you actually think about it. Even Maguire said he don't want to do that. He wants to play in his own position. But because he's the only one that can header the ball, it's like, it's mad. You can't even put the ball in the net, in the box. What type of team is this? And we got no height advantage. Look at Newcastle and all these teams. You should give Toby a chance or just send him on loan. Yeah, Toby, he's been injured a lot this season though, you know, Collier. But like I said, we've got a lot of CMs, we've got a lot of 10s. Some need to go. Remember, we've got Maino, Cass, Ugarte, Collier, and Bruno. That's 5 man. No Champions League, no Europe. It's going to be mad. And you got to remember, we're saying give some of them a rest when we play Carabao Cup or FA Cup. But say we're playing a big team like Arsenal or Liverpool or something. You think he's going to want to rest them and put on Collier and that? Come on. Think about it, man. So these guys might not even get a game in the end. It's a bit mad still. And then we got Ornstein basically came out not too long ago. Look at the time. It's about 6 o'clock and said Tottenham Hotspur have inquired to Bournemouth over Anton Semenyo. Tottenham Hotspur's possibility appeals to the 25-year-old, but the Bournemouth valuation of Ghana International deemed too high, and Spurs, like Manchester United, not proceeding at present. So we were in for Semenyo. We knew that, but is he a backup to Mbeumo, or are we trying to get him as well? This is what I just said. I just said all the 10s that I've said. That's like 6 10s. What are we going to do? Go for Mbeumo and Semenyo? That sounds a bit ludicrous. Have we got the money for that? And they're asking for 65 to 70 million as well. It's just gone mad now, this transfer window. So I don't know. He might be like a backup to Mbeumo, but no one ain't proceeding because the price is crazy. So Tottenham want him, we want him, but the price is too high where it's not happening type of thing. But Semenyo is a good player. But it's one thing about Semenyo, the only thing I'll say about him that I don't like, he's good at everything. He's good at dribbling, etc. But I don't know if you lot have seen him shoot. He shoots a lot and he barely scores. He reminds me of Garnacho. He does everything right, and then by the time he goes to shoot, he barely scores. He misses a lot of shots. When he plays us, he scores, but he misses so much shots. Semenyo, that's the only thing. Literally, when I watch him, I'll be like, "Oh my god, this guy reminds me of Garnacho." Like he does the dribbling stuff. The one, obviously, he's a bit better. He's a bit more cleaner, etc. But he takes so much shots, and I think he had the worst shot conversion in the Prem. I'm sure he did. That's the only thing about Semenyo that I don't like. But he's too high anyway. Bournemouth are just going mad. Remember, they've sold, is it 2 or 3 players? They sold Hoyson. They've sold Kirkes now. He's gone to Liverpool. And that's Zabani, the other centre-back. He's in links with PSG. He might be going soon. So they don't need to sell. They've sold 2 players already. They've probably got about 100 million from that already. The Zabani comes in. That's another sell. They don't even need to sell Semenyo. So they're going to say stupid prices like, bruv, we don't need to sell. If you don't want him, 70 million. Do you know what I'm saying? Stupid stuff like that. Like, so I think he might have been a backup to Mbeumo, which is good because I wouldn't want him to come. So yeah, basically I'll just round it all up. Sancho, 25 million bid from Juventus for Sancho. They're trying to still convince the player, so they still haven't agreed personal terms with him. Do up the likes, man. Come on, man. Do up the likes, man. We're doing this every day for you lot. Yeah, every day we're getting all the news. Do up the likes. If you ain't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Yeah, every day, man's here with all the Man United news for today. Not yesterday, the day before, today. But yeah, Juventus have made a 25 million offer for Sancho, but they still got to do up the personal terms. And Napoli, as it stands, is interested in the prospect of possible move to Napoli. So he wants Napoli, apparently. That's what's coming out. And then Juventus, this is from Damasio, who is top, and he's basically just saying that it's advanced, Sancho, and that Juventus I've spoken to Man United as well about it. So 25 million offer, but they've got to chat to Sancho. He's on 300k apparently. Is he going to drop his wage? What's going to happen with that? Juventus have already got Vlahovic. Vlahovic is on 315, I think it said. That's a bit of money. 2 players on 600k. They're not world beaters as well. Sancho's not going to come there. He might go over there and rip it up. It's a slower league, but he's not going to go over there and move crazy. You know what I'm saying? Anthony is prepared to take a 30% pay cut, which is positive. You've got to respect him. If Real Betis come with 32.6 million, he's gone basically, and we don't want to give them a loan because a lot of teams are after him now. Atletico Madrid, Juventus, I can't remember who else. So Juventus is looking like they want Sancho. If they miss out on Sancho, they might go for Anthony. Do you know what I'm saying? So we might have a win-win. But yeah, all parties want the permanent transfer for Anthony. Man United won it, Real Betis won it. So let's just see how this one goes. But it seems positive, and he's willing to take a 30% wage cut, which is positive. So positive, man. You got to give it to him, man. That's so dope from Anthony. What's he saying? No, we are one getting Mbeumo, Cunha, and Gyökeres. So you need to get your info right, like Mark Goldbridge. We are one getting Mbeumo, Cunha, and Gyökeres. What did I say wrong there? I don't understand. Info right. What did I say wrong? Tell me. I'm James. I hope we get Mbeumo, Gyökeres, and Cunha. We've got Cunha already. I hope we get Gyökeres and Mbeumo. So I don't know what you think I said. If I said we're not getting them, we are not. What's one meaning? I don't understand. We are one. We are not getting what you meant to say. I don't know, mate. I wouldn't know this, bro. I'm just reporting what's going on out here. But yeah, like I said anyway, I would love to get all 3 of them. Yeah, Cunha, Gyökeres, and then Mbeumo. That front 3 against Arsenal, I'm going to be at that game as well. Mate, we're comfortable now. Yeah, we're going to games and we're knowing we can 4-0 teams, and yeah, we should be scoring goals. When I was going to watch games and we got Højlund and Garnacho up front, sorry, the other way around, Højlund and Garnacho on the wing, bro, I was just going there for the vibes. We'll see what's going to happen. Wolves and all of these teams will just go in there like, let's see what happens. But when you've got a proper front 3 that is all known for goals, Cunha scored 16 goals or 15, whatever it was, and he was joint with Martinelli for the most goals and assists for a Brazilian player or something like that in the league. And Mbeumo scored 20 goals for Brentford, a counter-attack team. And then you got Gyökeres that scored 63 goals. If we get that as our front 3, mate, it's crazy. And for you lot that don't know, if you go back to the end of my first videos, they're all Matchday Vlogs. I've only started doing this news thing because there's nothing going on right now. I do Matchday Vlogs mostly. Like I go to all the games and I just record up the games. You see all the goals in it, etc. So make sure you check that out. All the Matchday Vlogs and that, it's proper. You know what I'm saying? And once the season starts, the Matchday Vlogs are back. So yeah, this is just for now, all the news, etc. Because nothing ain't going on. There's no games. But once all the games come, the Matchday Vlogs, the transfer news, we're going at it 10 times harder. So make sure you subscribe and you like at all times. But yeah, James, just let me know what you mean by that. Because like I said, I didn't say we're getting all 3. I hope we get all 3 though. I don't know about Gyökeres. Like I said, I think Gyökeres will go Arsenal. He's waiting for Arsenal. But I hope they go for Sesko and then it leaves an open door for us because of Ruben. All right, let's go for Gyökeres. And Mbeumo seems the most closest, like he's coming to us. We've got Cunha already. So I would love this front 3 all day. But yeah, cool. So Anthony's ready to leave. He's ready to take a wage cut. And everyone wants that one to happen. Rashford, the deal was still on. We thought the deal was done. When Nico Williams went there, I thought it was over. Because they wanted a winger. They went for Luis Diaz. They said no. Then they went for Nico Williams. He said yes. They've agreed personal terms. And now RASHY is still on with Barcelona. It's not done. So he's very keen to join in and he's ready to wait. So he's ready to wait until the end of the market. Pre-season, 29 days, you know. 29 days is pre-season. So it's going to be weird. Is he going to get on a plane for pre-season? Is he going to stay in London or Manchester? Sorry, like, it's crazy. But yeah, it's just been reported by another Barcelona thing that in fact he could coexist with Nico Williams. So he's even thinking about playing with him. And we know he can play as a striker behind Lewandowski. If like, he could be second in command basically, or he can play as a right winger. So Rashford's looking like he's settled. Barcelona still want him, and he's willing to wait to the end. So that's looking dope. Like I said, Anthony's looking to take a wage cut. All parties involved want that to happen. So that's looking dope. And then we've got Sancho, who Juventus want, and they've got a 25 million offer, and Napoli want him as well, but it's just about personal terms. So all three of them are looking dope. It's looking like sales are happening. Rashford, Anthony, and Sancho. We're in a good place right now. It's not Garnacho and Højlund looks a bit weird, but yeah, them three, it looks good. Vlahovic, 315, he's offered himself. And oh yeah, I forgot to say this, that he's offered himself to Arsenal as well. I've seen Arsenal fans talking about this. Should we take Vlahovic? He wants to come Arsenal. He just wants to leave that league and come to the Prem. I don't think anyone's going to bring him to the Prem on 200k. And I ain't heard his name for about 3 years. So I don't think anyone rates him like that anymore, where he's going to leave it. So good luck on him. If we end up getting him, he'll still be better than Højlund, of course. But the wages we're looking at, Ineos are trying to clean that up. Sancho's on 300k. We're trying to get rid of him. Rashford's on 325. We're trying to get rid of him. We're trying to get rid of Casemiro, but no one wants him. So we're trying to get away from this 300k stuff and bring people to like 180, 160, work your way up. Once you've won games, basically, if you work your way to like a 250, that means you've done so good that we've won trophies. That's what they do in add-ons. They make it like that so hard. That's what happens. And then yes, next we just had Monaco is interested in Onana. It's been reported by 3 different journalists: DiMaggio, who's in Italy, L'Equipe, who is in France, and Sky Sports, who is in England. And they're all saying that Monaco is interested in Andre Onana. And that can maybe explain why there's so much heat and so much noise around Emi Martinez. Because his camp is saying that they're eager to join Manchester United. That's from Nathan Salt, and he's reliable. But there's been no approach from Manchester United, and all indications have been on Andre Onana staying and playing. I think we're putting that out there that we don't want to sell Andre Onana. He's going to stay and play, so that when all these clubs come for him, it's like, you got to pay the top dollar, because we don't care if he leaves or not. We've already got Rashford that way. It's evident we don't want him here. We've got Garnacho. It's evident he's fell out with Ruben. We don't want him here. So they're going to lowball us because they know that we need to get rid of them. We get another person like Onana saying, we want you to leave. Teams are going to be coming in saying stupid prices. Here's 20 million. Here's 15. So I think we're putting it out there that we want him to be staying and paying. But we really want him gone, because Fabrizio basically reported yesterday that we've made initial contact with his agents. Why would we make contact with his agents if we don't want him? Do you understand? And he said he's willing to join without Champions League football. Then we have 2 Argentinian sources, the country of Emi Martinez, basically saying the same thing. Talks will start soon. So Martinez is looking like he's going to be the main keeper if Onana leaves. And Onana is linked to Monaco heavy. And then we got Tom Heaton, who's the 3rd keeper. We're never going to see him. We'll probably see him on the bench when the camera goes there to look at Amarin. But if a keeper gets injured, he'll step in. That's it. And then we got Rasmus Højlund, who Inter are saying they ain't got the money to buy him right now, which is 45 million euros, probably like 37 million or something in pounds. They can't afford him right now. So, yeah. Basically, we're not listening to no loans. We're just trying to get someone to come and outright buy him. That's going to be hard, but we'll see how that goes. And then we just got Ornstein that dropped the bomb about Semenyo. Tottenham Hotspurs inquired, but it's too high. And Spurs and like Manchester United are not proceeding at this present. So we're both interested in Semenyo, but the money is too crazy. It's like 70 million. They've already sold 2 of their players. One's on the verge to go to the European champions, PSG. They don't need money. So it's a mad one. Let's see what the skis are saying. You said we are in for Summy. Bro, I don't know. You said we are in for Summy. Cannot get play as a number 10. So Italian side Como has just tried to sign for Anthony. So look, that's a bomb right there. Fabrizio just said that someone's trying to sign Anthony. Como. But cool. Let's see what this guy's saying, James. You said we are in for Sammy cannot get players of number 10. So I am saying we are only in for Mbeumo. Is a done it. Still work on Mbeumo and Gyökeres. So I will say United go all out on both to sign both. Okay, cool. I don't know who Sammy is. Oh, okay, Semenyo. Is that what you're meant to say? You probably had a keyboard like error. You know when you write too fast and it just says its own thing. Okay, cool. Listen, I'm just reporting what's here. I don't come out here and say nothing about nothing. I just give my opinion on what that's here for Man United. It's saying we're in for Semenyo. We was in for Semenyo basically and Tottenham, but it's deemed too high. That's come out today at 6 o'clock. So I'm just letting you know that basically, are we in for him as well as Mbeumo? Or are we just in for him by itself? Because you see one thing about David Ornstein, yeah? He doesn't come out here every day and tweet. That's what everyone rates about him. Fabrizio tweets 10 times a day. He goes back and forth, etc. David Ornstein only talks rarely. That's what they call it, an Ornstein bomb. When he comes, he just drops a bomb and goes, keeps it moving. He's proper. So he's come out and said Semenyo, but let me tell you something about Ornstein. He's Pacific when he says things. So he's just said it's too high for Spurs and like Manchester United, not proceeding at present. He isn't saying it's too high for Spurs and Manchester United. Mbeumo replacement in case that fails. If you go and look at Ornstein, these are the things that he says. He puts it in brackets like they're in for Semenyo in case Mbeumo deal falls apart, etc. That's how he breaks things down. He hasn't said that. So I'm just asking, that's what we're meant to do. We're having a convo to just know basically, what do you reckon it is? Do you reckon we was in for him as well? Or was we in for just Mbeumo and he's a replacement? I think he's a replacement, just like you do. I don't think we're in for him to come and sit on the bench. If we're going to pay 70 million, 65, no way. So we're in for him. Mbeumo and Cunha, that's our main twos. Then we got Mason Mount to come off the bench. Xerxes could play there. Maino can play there. Bruno can come up if we need him to. And who else is at number 10 that I'm missing? Yeah, that's enough people anyway. That's just 4. So, yeah, man. That's dope. Okay, yes, you did. Yeah. So you meant Semenyo. No problem, bro. No problem. Metch, please say if any Muslim or Christian people. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Fake account. United, I want Osimhen. This geezer's funny, you know. I swear to you. Every day, this geezer comes here with a list of everyone he wants. I want Osimhen, Mbeumo, Emi Martinez, Simmons, Lewis. You're playing FIFA too much. You play too much FIFA, bro. Temensgen, your FIFA you must have the maddest team on FIFA. Seriously, because you want every player. Wesley for Vinicius. Oh, Wesley that just ripped up Flamingo just now. That plays for Flamingo just ripped up Chelsea. It's crazy. But yeah, man, I've just summed it all up. So yeah, thank you for everyone that's came in the chat and reasoned and that's been in the stream. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. We're here every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. Every Man United news that comes out, I'm reporting. Some news just came out just now about Como trying to sign Anthony. I'll report about that tomorrow in depth. I don't want to rush it because it's just come out. I like to get all the facts. So yeah, man, like, subscribe, the whole jazz. Love to everyone that's in here. I'll see you in a bit.
Some celebs pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. For now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more